Morning, everybody. Got a few requests for this problem. This is from the first worksheet on Intro to Angles. Here we have a triangle. We talked about yesterday the triangle interior angle sum. These three angles add up to 180 degrees. So if you want a lesson on how to do that, look at yesterday's video. Basically, all three of these angles add to 180 degrees because it's a triangle. So if I use the expressions that represent the angles to build an equation and start with angle A, incidentally, the idea of the problem is to find the measure of angle A. So to build my equation, I'm going to go x plus 65, which is this top angle. This angle is called x plus 55, and this one is called 80. And so those are the three angles, and they add to 180. So when I combine my like terms on the left side, I get my two x's from here and here. And then I combine 65, 55, and 80. That's going to give me 200. And that equals 180 degrees. So then when I subtract 200 from both sides, the 2x is equal to negative 20. So then my x value is equal to negative 10. The big question that came up was, well, how can you have a negative number if the angle is positive? Remember, x is placeholder, it's a variable. So if I put a 10 in for these x values, the angle needs to be positive when I'm all done. So if angle A is x plus 65, so x plus 65 is equal to angle A. I substitute the negative 10 in there. It still gives me a positive value of 55 degrees. You could double check, knowing this is 55, put a negative 10 in there, that would make that 45. 55 plus 45 plus 80 makes 180 degrees. Second problem that you guys asked about, which I appreciate so much, is on the second worksheet, it's problem number 8. This is on the worksheet, triangle sum and straight angles. Here you have a situation where you have two triangles and some lines, some points labeled. The goal is to find angle SWT. So start over here, SWT, trying to find this angle with the dot. So some of the properties, again, from yesterday's lesson is that you know that a triangle measure is 180 degrees. And so if I have two angles out of this lower triangle, I can start with my 180 degrees. I can subtract 46, which is given for angle R. I can subtract 15, which is given for angle P. And I can get the remaining amount, which is 119 for this angle. And then we also learned that angles that are opposite each other are called vertical angles, and they're congruent, equal to each other. So that means this one is 119 as well. So then by knowing those two properties, 180 degrees for a triangle, vertical angles are congruent, gives me the second out of three angles of the triangle on the top, triangle SWT. So I can take, again, 180 degrees, because that's how many degrees are in this top triangle, subtract 58, subtract 119, leaves me with my angle measure of a whopping 3 degrees.